don't want to do. Hi friends. I hope you can see me well. Technology is still not my strong suit, and I'm not sure if I'm doing this right or not. Welcome to my first ever live Facebook Storytime. This week we are going to be reading about fairies. Make sure you stay tuned to our Facebook page and our youth Facebook page. Coming up soon, we're going to have a fairy garden summer reading program. So that's exciting. Let's get started. Hope this works well. My first story is called Fairies Are Real by Holly Hatman. And it was published by Random House. Fairies are real. Fairies are made of honey, pixie dust, powdered sugar, silver bells, chocolate chips, rose petals, silk, and crystals. Fairies are from the faraway kingdom of fairyland. She's sitting on a mushroom. Fairies wear clothes made of flowers and sewn with spider silk. So look at, she's making her own dress from flowers, and she's using the silk from a spider's web. Fairies have magical powers, and they have magic wands. Fairies are born every time a seed is planted. She's planting seeds, and there's a baby fairy. Fairies love music, bells, and sparkly things. Fairies like to go riding, especially on hummingbirds. Fairies love to eat sugar cookies and drink honey milk. They're having a tea party. Fairies like tidiness and cleanliness, especially in the kitchen. Mopping the floor and sweeping and keeping it nice and clean. Fairies love to help flowers grow. Fairies love to dance in the evening of the full moon. Fairies live in acorn houses and sleep on beds of moss. The end. That was just a fun, cute little story. This next story I have is called The Mud Fairy by Amy Young. And this was published by Bloomsbury. Oh, you may think that being a fairy is all fun and easy, and that we just flit around from flower to flower and play games. Ha! My name is Emelina, and I'm here to tell you that fairy life is not all that it's cracked up to be. A fairy is supposed to be neat and dainty all the time. No running, no jumping, no playing in the mud. She is supposed to sit up straight, sip dewdrops, and nibble pollen pie. No slurping, no gulping, and no burping. But me, I'd rather play in the swamp with the frogs. I usually get into trouble. Like she's playing leapfrog with frogs. The hardest part about being a fairy, when I get to be 100 years old, or when a fairy gets to be 100 years old, like me, she has to earn her wings. She has to be good at something important. Leapfrog is not considered important. Twink opened a flower. She got her wings. I tried to open a flower, but it didn't work out very well. She broke the flower. Sparkle Toes strung dewdrops on spider webs. She got her wings. I tried to do the same thing, but the situation got sticky. She's stuck in the spider web now. Corabelle, Delilah, Fern, Sky, and Indigo teamed up to make a rainbow. It was beautiful. Of course, they all got their wings. Do you see that? They're writing on birds and they're making a rainbow. But when I tried to do something fancy, you guessed it, no one appreciated it. Maybe you are trying too hard, Emelina, said the queen. Every fairy is good at something. Just give it a little time. But what if I wasn't good at anything? I snuck off to the swamp. My frog friends were sitting around rigging their feet. Oh, Emelina, they croaked, something is wrong with our children. Uh-oh, what could be wrong? Look, Junior can't jump. He can't catch flies. None of them can. Do you see their baby frogs? Do you guys know what those are called? Those are called tadpoles. Well, you don't get to be as old as I am without learning a thing or two. They're tadpoles, I said. They'll turn into frogs. Just give them a little time. I came back every day to see how the tadpoles were doing. One day, I chased away a hungry monster. Another day, I hid them from a giant. As the weeks went by, the tadpole got little nubs on their bodies, which slowly turned into arms and legs. Do you see? The little tadpole is starting to grow his legs and his arms. He doesn't look so much like a tadpole anymore, does he? Finally, one day, all of the tadpoles had turned into frogs. Look, look, cheered their parents. They will be jumpers yet. Ribbit, ribbit, hooray! I spent the rest of the day teaching the new frogs how to play leapfrog and catch flies. When I got home, the queen was waiting for me. Emelina, she said, I know what you have been doing. Uh-oh. I was in big trouble now. I was muddy and messy, not dainty and delicate at all. I even smelled kind of froggy. But then the queen smiled. You helped the frogs with their tadpoles, and you taught the new frogs how to leap and play. No other fairy could have done that. You have earned your wings with high honors. You will henceforth be known as Emelina the Mud Fairy, protector of frogs. We celebrated with the biggest party you've ever seen. Fairies got muddy and frogs got flowery. We danced and played until dawn. Sure, some fairies flit around from flower to flower all day, but me, I love being the Mud Fairy. The end. So not all fairies are super fancy. Some of them have other jobs too. I hope you guys enjoyed the fairy stories this week. Stay tuned for our fairy garden program coming up in a couple weeks. I hope you guys are having a great summer. You guys are officially on summer vacation now. I will see you next week. Goodbye.